Hey, I hope everyone is doing well today. If you're having a bad day, take a break from all the work that you're doing and spend time with the people you care about. You deserve it. In this video, I want to talk about Denji, the main character of Chainsaw Man. I want to analyze his feelings and his mental health as it changes throughout the story of Chainsaw Man. Before I begin, I want to give out a quick spoiler warning for this series, as I talk about everything that has happened in the story thus far. So again, if you haven't read Chainsaw Man, then I recommend you read it. Now with that being said, let's get started. Denji is a 16 to 17-year-old boy that has been through a horrible life. His father died when he was young, and he had to deal with his father's debts. In order for him to pay it off, he would have to take jobs involving him risking his life to get paid, only being able to eat something as little as a piece of bread for dinner. Denji doesn't have a complex goal. All he wants is to be with the girl before he dies. After being attacked by the Yakuza, he forms a contract with Pochita and becomes the Chainsaw Man. This is the time where we get introduced to Makima. She's interested in Denji's ability, the Chainsaw Man. So she offers to take him to become a devil hunter and being offered to be her pet. With no hesitation, Denji accepts this offer and refers to it as heaven. Let's now break this down. Denji, at this point of the story, has lost hope. There are a few mental health issues that Denji is going through, such as depression, eating disorder, post-traumatic stress, and schizophrenia, which will be explained more later. These signs that are shown are the fact that he is unhappy and has to consistently hunt demons to pay off the debt of his father. Not to mention, he is risking his life in the process of all of this. But ever since he met Makima, things have changed completely. To Denji, Makima is the perfect woman. He thought that she would be the one to give him a better life, giving him pretty much everything that he wants and thinking that she is the only one that can make his life better. Although Denji didn't know any better, and it's not his fault. He's a teenager with a traumatic past that has had to deal with being isolated from people pretty much his whole life. He just wants to be happy and touch a pair of tits. As funny as his main goal may seem, they are realistic. Denji isn't perfect. He's been alone his whole life and is a teenager. Thoughts like that aren't uncommon in the head of a teenage boy. So willingly, he accepts this deal with Makima. As becoming a public devil hunter, he ends up meeting a majority of people. Most of the people see Denji as weird or not qualified to be a devil hunter. And that's because that's not what Denji wants. The only reason why he's even there is because of Makima. Even though he is being treated as a dog, he is willing to sacrifice his pride, masculinity, and life just to keep living the way he is now. But still, even living this life that he considered to be perfect, you watch him being sacrificed and threatened, and it makes you, as a reader, feel bad. While reading, you can clearly see that Denji is being used as a tool, and not even being seen as human in the beginning. But Denji doesn't care. Although, over time, Denji starts to open up to his friends more, specifically Aki and Power. Being in the organization has made Denji start to feel real emotions, happiness. He cares for Power and Aki's lives, as he wants the three of them to be happy and be friends forever. Denji and Aki's relationship has been rough at the start. In their first mission together, they ended up fighting each other and arguing. They were forced to live in the same home together, and the two of them never clicked together. Although later on, they comforted each other through their hard moments over their missions and eventually became best friends. To Denji, Aki was really his first best friend. He's never experienced anything like this in his life before. Denji and Power also had a rocky relationship, as Denji found Power annoying and only used her to grab her boobs. Power also uses Denji as a way to accomplish her goals as well as almost get both of them killed. Over time, similar in a way with Aki, they both would comfort each other when they were sad and realize that they both needed each other. Denji could finally start to express his feelings. He was able to learn friendships and many more. He could finally be himself. This all comes to an end sooner than later. After Aki became the Gun Devil Fiend, Denji was forced to kill him, his best friend. This led to Denji having complex emotions, feeling grief, and losing the will to live. This was the point where Denji went to Makima and sacrificed everything just to become her dog. Makima then did the unthinkable and killed Power right in front of his eyes and told him her true intentions. She never cared for Denji as a person. She only wanted the Chainsaw Devil for her own use. What Makima did to Denji is something called emotional manipulation. Makima made it so Denji could have attachment to Aki and Power, only for her to kill them in the end and make Denji have no other choice but to let her control him. This then made Denji snap and become a more aggressive version of the Chainsaw Man. In his rampage, he tries to attack Makima, but also does some deeds of his own, like going to a burger place, trying to get a hamburger, or like him taking Kobeni and using her like his girlfriend and going out on dates against her will. We can tell this is Denji trying to be happy, trying to do the things that he wanted ever since the beginning, eating good food rather than a piece of bread, and going out with a girl. Eventually, Denji takes it upon himself to finally take out Makima, finally realizing that she is a huge problem. Having to kill the person that he really wanted to be with and putting his own life on the line for is rough. Even now, knowing that she didn't care for who he was, although Denji could not just kill Makima off, he also made the choice to eat her and tried to become one with her. Even though she is gone, her past actions have still affected Denji now. But now, Denji is free. Now that Makima is gone, he is able to try again. As we saw from the final panel of the manga, he is in a high school uniform. He is now able to get the education that he needs. He is no longer being controlled or used by anybody. Denji isn't completely healed though, but maybe in part 2, we will be able to see Denji handle his mental problems and open himself up to more people. Hopefully Denji will be able to express his emotions more and find true happiness. My personal guess for the future is that Denji won't fully heal from this trauma, but I do think that there will be moments in part 2 where Denji is able to distract himself from how hard his life will be. I know that I skipped out on a few things in this video, like how Power made a contract with Denji after her death, and Denji and Rize's relationship. But I just wanted to go over the mental journey and thoughts that Denji had to go through. Pretty much just going over the main elements in the story. I really do like Denji's character. He's not the most likable main character when you first meet him, but he's one of those characters that you will grow to like and wish for him to have a happy life. I personally can't wait to see what Tatsuki Fujimoto has in store for him. In future videos, I would like to talk more about other characters in the Chainsaw Man universe since they are just as interesting as Denji. With all of that being said, thank you for watching this video, and I hope that you have a good rest of your day. Be sure to check out my previous video on social anxiety, as I had a lot of fun making that video. Goodbye.